Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I wish I was a volunteer at Disney World and could put on those big foam suits because they have Halloween parties all throughout the month of October. The pumpkins are out on Main Street now. They're having Halloween parties every single night at Disney World, and I want to get in on the action. So the only way I can get in on the action is if I volunteer to put on one of those big foam suits like Mickey Mouse or Winnie the Pooh and do the whole Zombies Descendants dance routine on stage for you guys. I say this because I get so excited about Halloween, and the festive times of year like Halloween and Christmas for Disney World are blown out of proportion. Descendants and Zombie Stars take full advantage of that. They perform for you on these holiday specials on Disney Channel and Disney Plus, and I'm really excited about this year because I hope the Disney's Descendants and Zombie Stars will have something to do with it. I love October so much, and I love creating videos around this time of year for you because it's so festive, and I feel so festive, and I'm really in the mood. I remember when Kylie Control released the Red Christmas music video, and it got thousands of views within its premiere on Vivo, and she was so deserving of that opportunity. I thought a girl had never been more deserving of the opportunity Kylie Control received. I know the music video received its fair share of criticism, but the PR was fantastic. How Kylie Control promoted it was off the charts, and if there ever was a girl that deserved all the attention she received and all the publicity, it was Kylie Control, because she got lost in the moment with each and every one of you. And every year around Halloween also they do something special for Descendants and Zombies, and especially the Zombies franchise, because that's been blown out of proportion too. Everybody is crazy about zombies, and I'm just so excited about this time of year because I get to spend it with each and every one of you, which is the greatest honor of my life, having the honor and the chance I have to upload so many wonderful videos. I bet Descendants and Zombies means so much to me, just as the franchise has meant so much to you for so many years. Over a decade has passed us by since Descendants and Zombies took the world by storm, took the universe and the galaxy by storm, and it exploded in popularity. Millions of people love Descendants and Zombies so much, and I think we have over 600,000 fans on YouTube to honor who have been so dedicated to Descendants and Zombies over the last decade, which really blows my mind. I have never seen a franchise become so revered and achieve so much severity and attention like Descendants and Zombies has. You know, you can forever present the argument of High School Musical and Hannah Montana and Wizards being some of the greatest franchises of all time, and with no doubt in my mind they were, but were they as revered as what Descendants and Zombies eventually became? It took Descendants and Zombies over 10 years to achieve this reputation, but after achieving it, has anything ever come close to how popular Descendants and Zombies was? We got that from the Worlds Collide Tour this past summer. Every song on the billboard was amazing, and every cast member really brought the best out of every performance they were a part of, especially Freya Sky and Malachi Barton. They were the two most appreciative stars of the entire cast. Every single moment they had, they were down in the crowd surfing and high-fiving you guys, making you want to feel as if you were a part of it, and you most certainly did because you took advantage of the opportunity, and it was a moment that you wanted to wish that could last for forever. And I'm here to tell you guys that there's nothing wrong with that. While other people will choose to upload videos filled with criticism about Descendants and Zombies, I don't want to do that for you guys. I want to provide you with the best commentaries possible because I'm a journalist. And because I'm a journalist, I believe in providing you with good quality videos for your friends and your family to watch together and hopefully have a whole lot of fun watching it, because it's an honor for me to upload these videos and to have come into your life and made such an impactful impression on your hearts for forever and always. This is the greatest honor of my life and the most fun I've had as a journalist in over 25 years, because I've been around for a very long time. You know, I can remember playing video games based off of Disney's most successful and popular franchises like Hercules, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Lion King. I remember years ago on Christmas getting a Sega Genesis or a Super Nintendo. A part of a bundle package, you could get the Super Nintendo with, say, The Lion King or Aladdin, and you would open up the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo case and be so excited to have it in your possession and play the video game Aladdin and Lion King and relive the story in a way that it was meant to be played. And it was so much fun. And then from out of nowhere, Disney just stops making video games on their most popular franchises without any explanation being offered. I guess financial difficulties played a factor in that and how people felt about playing these video games, and they don't do it as often. So every single time Disney puts out a video game to garner attention, like Disney Infinity or Disney Dreamlight Valley, which I had to order online, it's a fun time for everybody because they remember playing some of the most successful franchises out on some of the most popular consoles right across the board: Nintendo, Nintendo Switch, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, Everybody remembers playing their favorite games. I used to be a huge fan of PlayStation, so I used to play Hercules and Tarzan and Wall-E and Finding Nemo, and they were some of the most successful franchises of all time, and I just wish Disney was taking full advantage of that now, because I think some of the more popular stars like Ruby Rose Turner and Kylie Cantrell being animated for a video game where, say, Descendant stars and Zombie stars will go head-to-head in competition in mini-games like Mario Party kind of vibe, a Mario Party style kind of video game with Descendants and Zombie stars competing against each other. That would be really cool. I think they tried to do something like that years ago where your most popular Disney Channel stars and Disney Channel Party on Nintendo Wii. It was available right across the board, but I remember that video game called Disney Channel Party where your popular Disney Channel stars like Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, and Miley Cyrus were featured in this video game. So I think that a video game based off Descendants and Zombie stars would generate a lot of revenue and attention and get Disney some of their most revered ratings, because Descendants and Zombies unquestionably is the most popular franchise of all time. And will go down in history for having some of the most popular Disney Channel stars of all time. The reviews that people have been posting, and I'm talking about the fans of Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell, are outstanding. And it's outshining all the criticism that these stars are receiving, because they have seen their fair share of criticism. And I'm here to tell you guys, enough is enough. If we're going to post videos about Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky, we're going to post the best videos that we can. We're going to honor their legacies, because they are going to go down in history for sure, and for most certain, for being some of the greatest of all time. And how that's going to happen for them is because of your guys' love and support. I have never seen a franchise receive so much love and support as I've seen for Descendants and Zombies, which makes this the greatest honor of my life. If this franchise wasn't receiving as much love and support as it was, I don't know how I'd feel about it. But because of the love and support, and I love seeing you guys have fun and have smiles on your faces all the time, keep those smiles coming. I love this so much, and I love talking about it. I love giving you my predictions on what I think could have been inside of that vortex at the end of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, because I remember being a part of the premiere and having it mean so much to my heart, being a part of it for each and every one of you. And I had all intentions of reviewing Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires in the way it was meant to be reviewed, which meant watching it with an open heart and an open mind, and just speaking from your heart about the franchise. Which is, if I believe more people did that, they would have a greater appreciation coming from the fans of Descendants and Zombies who know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies. You wouldn't get as crappy reviews of Descendants and Zombies if you had that greater appreciation for the franchises like the fans do, because the fans have such an undeniable passion that exists in their hearts for Descendants and Zombies, and they know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies. So to record a video about Descendants and Zombies, which I put a lot of effort into, you've really got to show up, and you've really got to be on point, and you've really got to state your case about being a fan of Descendants and Zombies. While I may not have the merchandise, the posters, and all the merch to back up my claim, I have a great review of Descendants and Zombies and an opinion to share with each and every one of you, and an opinion is really all that matters. Sometimes opinions don't matter as much because people just criticize the franchise because that's all they know how to do. If you notice anything about the reaction videos you're watching for a music video from Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires or Descendants The Rise of Red, it's a reaction video because they're watching Descendants for the very first time with you. So as a result of that, they don't know the first thing about a daywalker and a vampire. I'm probably the only guy on YouTube that even knows what a daywalker and a vampire is and what the difference is between the two groups. And to expect confliction in Zombies 5 between the two groups because of the relationship between Victor and Nova, which is going to present a lot of controversy and a lot of conflict, which I'm really excited about because they are adorable together. There's no denial coming from me about that. From the very first moment I saw them on stage and I saw Malachi throw his arm around Freya saying she was going to be something special and she was a star in the making because of this undeniable talent she had and that she possessed, I knew they were great together, and I knew they were going to do wonders with the Zombies franchise, and I think a lot of people realize that too. You guys realize that with an instancy just as fast as you could snap your fingers, and that's why all my videos about Freya Sky and Malachi Burton are receiving great reviews, and I want to give you my word that I will keep uploading videos about Freya Sky and Malachi Burton into the foreseeable future, because you guys deserve great reviews about these stars because of how they represent friendship and how much more kinder people can be to each other in this lifetime and how much further kindness can really go and touch a person's heart. If anything, Malachi Burton and Freya Sky, I have a tremendous amount of respect for them for how they represent friendship and how sweet they are. I've never seen two genuine people as genuine as what Freya Sky and Malachi Burton are, how they bring these characters in this franchise to life. Because how you bring a franchise to life is because of the cast. and because of the dedication the cast exemplifies. The rise of Red and Zombies Swore Down on the Vampires would have never happened if they never had this passion. If they never showed up with this undeniable passion and really brought this franchise to life. The music had a lot to do with it, I know, but how you brought a script to life because of the passion that you possessed had everything to do with that. One of the things they teach you in theater arts class is how to bring a production to life. And how you bring a production to life is really by putting your heart and so much dedication into it. And you really got to bring your A game. You really got to show up and be on point. And if the audience loves you, they're going to let you know about it. And if they hate you, they're also going to let you know about it. But the best person you can be every single time you step out onto the stage, you learn, is to be yourself. And that's something I forever and always carry with me in every video that I've uploaded, because with me, what you see is what you get. And because with me, what you see is what you get. You get a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies and the moments that have meant so much to your heart, because too, likewise, these moments have meant so much to my heart. Talking about your favorite songs, talking about your favorite moments. And it's not necessarily about ranking your favorite songs or your favorite moments, your top 5 favorite moments from whatever franchise you were a fan of. It could be other franchise besides Descendants or Zombies, talking about Hannah Montana or High School Musical or Phineas and Ferb, which I was a huge fan of. I'm not a big fan of the reboot because there are a lot of things they changed about the reboot of Phineas and Ferb and the reboot of Wizards. But the thing is, if you're a fan of the franchise, it's not necessarily about ranking your favorite moments or favorite songs. It's about explaining and presenting a case as to why you were a fan of these franchises. And that doesn't mean that you have to criticize it constructively or just criticize it in general. You've just got to show up and be on point and say, hello, my name is Jonathan Clarke. I am a fan of Descendants of Zombies. But what makes me a fan of Descendants of Zombies is being able to identify certain moments, like how they met in the zombie safe zone for the first time, how zombies and humans could never coexist in Seabrook until they got to a mutual understanding of how they had to learn to get along and make the most of every opportunity. And eventually Zed and Addison realized they had gotten to a point in their lifetime where they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together, which meant so much to me being a fan of this franchise. It means so much to me having the opportunity to touch your hearts with every video that I upload. Because if I wasn't touching your heart, then I wouldn't be feeling as fulfilled as I do right now. I never ever thought this YouTube channel would see 500 subscribers, much less 3,000 subscribers and nearly 70,000 channel views. But it happened because of each and every one of you, and because we shared in that same mutual understanding of the appreciation that exists in our hearts for Descendants of Zombies. You know, I was the biggest fan of Meg Donnelly, so when I heard about Meg Donnelly being a part of this franchise, and knowing this girl possessed so many unique qualities that separated her from every other Disney Channel star, which makes her unique. And I really appreciate uniqueness and diversity, because that's what makes the world spin on its axis. Because if you just think about it for a moment, just the same as if I stopped talking, it doesn't really tell you that much about me in that brief moment of silence. But if I tell you I was a fan of PlayStation video games, or I was a fan of board games, and it tells you that, okay, this guy's a huge fan of video games and board games. He's huge fans of Disney because of all the Disney merch you see in the back there. I have a very unique way of presenting these videos, and I think that that's what separates these videos from everybody else that you see on YouTube who reviews this same kind of stuff. And I think that because these videos are very different, and I can tell you stories that relate to Descendants of Zombies and that touches your heart, I think that's where the greater appreciation comes in and it's showcased. And I think that's what Meg Donnelly brought to the character Addison, because I really believe that if anybody else would have been given this distinction or this honor to bring this character to life, I don't think it would have ever happened. I don't think it would have ever been made possible. And I really don't think that fans of Descendants of Zombies would feel the way they do right now about Descendants of Zombies, because there was something about that relationship between Zed and Addison that just clicked with everybody. There was something about that relationship that made you think about your own relationship or your own life, or something you may have been going through. And that's why so many people could relate to the Zombies franchise. And that's why people who are 17 years old now are even bigger fans of Descendants of Zombies than when they were 7 years old. Because they remember how the franchise evolved and how it changed over the years, and how people's opinions of zombies gradually changed with time, because the opinion didn't stay the same. By the time Zombies Swore Down on the Vampires was released and premiered last summer, the thing was the music had gotten better, the script was more powerful, and it was more compelling. There was a new story that we were looking at between two characters that we didn't know anything about. We didn't know if they were coming or going or what they were going to mean to the franchise, up until the conclusion of the franchise, when they realized they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together and become lost in a moment, before the Vortex showed up and presented more controversy than ever before. And here's the thing. We don't know what's inside of the Vortex, so we don't know what to expect. Just as we don't know what to expect with the Descendants 5, Wonderland this summer, in July, with the Kingdom Cup games finding their way to Oregon. I do know, while I don't know what the plot's going to detail, that the Kingdom Come games will present more action scenes. It will present more controversy between the characters than ever before, and that's what makes this plot so intriguing. And what makes this so fun is I don't know what's going to happen in Descendants of Zombies because I'm just like each and every one of you making predictions about Descendants of Zombies. That's what these videos are derived from, are the predictions that we have in our hearts because our hearts are our best friend. And they pointed us in the direction of Descendants of Zombies for forever and always, and that's what makes this so cool. Having the honor to talk about Descendants of Zombies and not know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. Sometimes I criticize the social media department at Disney, but I think about how, there's a greater appreciation for not having things leaked and having things approved by the social media department because they're covering up what's going to happen in the franchise, which makes us more excited for the foreseeable future because we don't know what's going to happen. If something is leaked on social media, we know what's going to happen, and it spoils the next chapter of the franchise. Because I've always believed that there is a point in time where there is always a chapter that has an opportunity to be written, and this story is never over. And for those of you who believe that this story is over, who may have been convinced by critics that they need to stop making Descendants of Zombies movies, they really don't. You should never believe that. That's why this YouTube channel has become so revered. I've become one of the most popular YouTubers to talk about Descendants of Zombies is because I know what to talk about, and I know how to talk about it, and I know how to show appreciation for who and what you love. And because who and what you love may be Kylie Contrell or Freya Sky, I think the best way of uploading videos about these stars is by talking about them in such promising ways for a promising future to be a part of, because this is history that we are a part of and we are going to be a part of for a very long time, because these two franchises are going nowhere anytime soon. Because the thing is, while Descendants of Zombies may get quiet for a while and we may not see anything in the way of a project because of the hype really dying down from Descendants 4, The Rise of Red, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, the thing is, there will always be an opportunity for a new story. There will always be an opportunity for new characters to just rise from out of nowhere. And when they do, and when this finally happens, it's going to be like one of those oh my god moments that you can't believe that you're a part of, which makes it more of an honor to be a part of a franchise quite like Descendants of Zombies, because I can't ever remember being a part of an era that's been represented in so many emphatic ways. I remember how crazy people were about Twilight years ago, and I remember how they would sacrifice anything and everything to be a part of it just to experience it because they were die-hard about it. They were really hardcore fans. And I think you guys fit into a category of your own that is way surpassed anything Twilight or the Vampire Diaries could have ever amounted to. I know Freya Sky was really big on the Vampire Diaries, and I wanted to binge watch that entire series, The Vampire Diaries, with her to show her my appreciation for that franchise, because I remember being crazy about it myself. I wasn't so crazy about Twilight, but I was crazy about the Vampire Diaries. So I appreciated the storylines in the Vampire Diaries, and it got me thinking about how many storylines they could create for Dawn of the Vampires, because they don't really need to close the book just yet. I think that book has been never more widely open and left open than ever before, because, while you can make a Hocus Pocus into a trilogy or Toy Story up to 5, 6 movies, you can do the same thing for Descendants of Zombies, because these franchises have achieved so much severity over the last X number of years. And I think that, while we're celebrating, the thing is, we don't have to be celebrating an anniversary of Wizards of Waverly Place, because that franchise could still be going on with new characters. The thing about High School Musical is we don't need to be commemorating how it became one of the most revered trilogies of all time, because we never did have to say goodbye. These franchises could have kept on going with more characters, like they did with High School Musical, but it took them years to put out High School Musical, the series. It could have happened long before now, longer before many of us were ever born. But it was because Disney had a considerable amount of doubt, and they had to question whether or not they should follow through with the production value of it and if it was really worth it. This didn't happen because people sat down in a board meeting and came up with this concept of Descendants of Zombies and humans and zombies, living together in one world, and aliens and vampires and what became werewolves. This happened because of each and every one of you who were crazy about the franchise, so much so that you fell head over heels in love with it. So because you fell head over heels in love with it, the best way of honoring you guys is by showing your favorite franchises and your favorite stars who you love so much, that I know you love so much, the respect they deserve. And it's about time somebody showed up on YouTube and showed it the appreciation that it deserved for a very long time. Because while people choose to criticize it, there is at least somebody on YouTube that has chosen to give this franchise the benefit of the doubt and should have been giving it the benefit of the doubt for a very long time. More people should be doing this. More people should realize the popularity of Descendants of Zombies, and I wish that I could have realized this a long time ago, because This really has been the greatest honor of my life to be in your guys' presence to talk about everything Descendants and Zombies. It's just 1:45 p.m. this afternoon. It's not even 2 o'clock and I already have 3 videos uploaded. And I still have one more video to go before sunset this evening, which I hope you will join me for, and I hope you will be excited by the time the video drops. I try to upload 3 to 4 videos every day because I want to, get these videos out there so people can find these YouTube videos, because the thing is, what's fun about not promoting a video is the excitement that the viewer gets from finding this video and discovering there is a Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel that they can watch every single day with something new for everybody on the YouTube channel at least once per day. So that's really cool. The excitement you get from somebody and the appreciation they show for the videos every single time they hit a like button or they hit your subscribe button, because that decision is up to you. I don't want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel because of me. I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel because you love Descendants and Zombies and because you want to. And I think there's a greater appreciation every single time you upload a video. I couldn't be more excited to produce these videos and upload them for you because I see the greater value and the greater worth in your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, and it's about damn time somebody showcased that for everybody who was a fan of Descendants and Zombies and couldn't be more proud to be it. So guys, keep Descendants and Zombies in your hearts. Keep on showing your love and support for Descendants and Zombies. It means the world to me that you think so much over these videos and these 2 franchises, that you've fallen in love with these franchises because of the profound impact they've had on your hearts forever and always. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit my like and subscribe button. Don't forget to ring my bell to stay up to date with notifications for everything happening on this YouTube channel. I will be back just before sunset tonight with one final video, which I hope you can join me for, because life really is sweeter when all of us are. Thank you so much.